getting jobs cancelled left, right, center, just like you. But okay, I do have some small work here and there. I did take up like a few last minute, like, are you free tomorrow? That kind. Uh, CEO wants to film a short speech for the staff to boost their morale and all that sort of thing. Okay lah, just go there, edit, and send it to them lor. So small things like that. No choice ah. Like normally in good times I would think twice or maybe three times about taking work like that. But I think the past 2 years have been a bit extraordinary in terms of in terms of the world situation. So I think we just gotta do whatever we can to survive lor. In between that, we've just been playing guitar. And for some reason I started watching Police Academy again. So I saw the first one on Netflix. So I was like, okay, nothing to watch because I finished. I think I don't even remember what's the last show I watched, but yeah. So I watched Police Academy. Then I watched number two. Then I watched number three, and then now I'm waiting for number four. But then Kim's Convenience came out today, so that's taken my time. Yeah. Oh yeah, there's a lot of Hong Kong films on Netflix now. A lot of Stephen Chow and Jackie Chan stuff. There's one thing. There's one thing that I forgot to add that I've been doing over the past couple of weeks. Yeah. So I've been super happy that Milan has finally qualified for the Champions League again after I think 7 or 8 seasons out. Yeah, it's been a while. So as a hardcore Milan fan, I'm super happy, and I've been working with some of my fellow Milan Club Singapore fans to organize a proper official fan club. Yeah, so that's been taking up some of my time as well. Yeah. Don't say leh, you just won the Champions League like 3 years ago or something. Eh. You know when did Milan win the Champions League last? 2007. Eh. Yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. No more football. Yeah, lor. Yeah. Gear acquisition syndrome. Actually, it's something that I think is very relevant to all of us. I think at some point in time, especially when just started out, I think even now when we're just exploring like like uh technology is a part of digital media, right? And digital media is what we do. So when we are exploring how to make our work better, gear is definitely invariably going to become part of the discussion. And every time when we log on to websites like No Film School, Red Shark News, Premium Beat, EOS HD, it's all it's 80% gear, and then you go to conferences like Broadcast Asia, um, and then uh, you know like market movements. For example, when COVID-19 hit, suddenly everybody want to do video streaming. Suddenly everybody want to do video calls, and then that sets off a wave of uh, companies trying to answer to the demand. So companies like Blackmagic started coming out with more advanced and cheaper live streaming devices. cheaper cameras. Then everybody just starts looking at all these new toys, and it's like free for all lah. So I'm sure all of us have had this thing before, and even now when you log on to one of those websites and you see like a new camera, I mean, do you feel like, oh, what, they're selling like 8K lah, 16K lah, whatever K, uh, how many stops of dynamic range, a new what 1 TB thumb drive, that's all nonsense. And then obviously the new iMac, yeah. Especially when you're new, right? You see things like, oh, uh, got slider, got gimbal, got drone, and you see these things as tools that maybe they could help to make your content better. But then it's not a bad thing, but I think the prevalence of these tools has really oversaturated the industry. Be it photo, be it video or what, and it has allowed a lot of people to well, it has lowered the barrier of entry lah, basically. Yeah. So I just wanted to talk about this topic about the temptation to buy gear, relationship between gear and creative, and whether it's really necessary to upgrade your gear to create something good. I mean, SK, remember a few weeks ago we were on Clubhouse with Ray Pang. I think he spoke about something like that, and we were contributors to that discussion. Yeah. So, yeah. So, have you guys ever been a victim of gear acquisition syndrome? It's it's not meant to be fair. Okay, have you ever bought anything on impulse? What was the most expensive thing you bought on impulse? Phone Mac. Oh, wow. Which brand? Or the NTG, is it? Holy crap. Okay. Yeah. Right. Right. Yeah. Oh my god. My god. Okay, my biggest impulse buy is the Black Magic Pocket Cinema camera, the original one. So I bought it off Carousel. I literally saw the thing going for $750, and it was listed at 1398 on the Blackmagic website. So I sent the guy a message. Like he just like literally just posted it like an hour ago, that sort of thing. I sent him a message. Uh I asked him, is this really new? He said yes, he only used once. I swooped in for it already. I don't care. I don't do it anymore. Yeah. So I went all the way to Toa Payoh, right, just to get it from him because I wanted to make sure that I got it. And it was really new. It was really new. So I found out why he was selling it. I found out from him why he was selling it. He was selling the camera because he bought. So he's an expat. He's an expat lah from India. He's a fitness trainer or something. and he bought the camera because he thought it was a camera that could take photos. He wanted to sell me the kit lens also, but I was like, yeah, 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 yeah. And then he had that one of those like Panasonic 14 to 42, those shitty kit lens, and he wanted to sell it to me too. But I said no lah, no lah, I have prime lens. So there I was with my $750 Blackmagic Pocket. I don't really regret that purchase. Yeah. But that was my most expensive impulse buy lah, I think. Yeah. I think it has earned me many times over lah. That's for sure. Yeah. Wow, that's a very good question. Let me think. You know, I'm scrolling through my Facebook page at this moment just to figure out. Yeah, yeah, Samsung. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I have the Rode one. Right. Yeah. Was it like $60 or something? Huh? Wow, that's really expensive because the road ones is only like $60 or $70 only for the mobile phone one. Wow, damn son. Wow. Okay, I think I remember lah. The most useless thing I ever bought was the iPad. Like literally, man. Like I bought it maybe 7 years ago or something like that. It was like okay lah, nice lah. To present stuff to client and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, the older iPad OS was I think rubbish. Yeah, it was basically a bigger version of the iOS from the phone. Yeah, I didn't find it very useful. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I think the iPad that I bought, right, I was honestly I wouldn't be opposed to buying one of the current ones because they are now so slim and they're so useful. Back then the older ones I felt like wow, it's it's almost the same weight as my freaking MacBook Pro, you know. So like I thought it would help me lighten my load, but I ended up carrying both around because I prefer to use the MacBook Pro anyway. Yeah, so yeah, after that then after a while I gave it to my mom and then she also stopped using it. And then I don't even know where it is. I think we threw it away. Yeah. Cause cause broken iMac. Because my MacBook Pro is old. My MacBook Pro, yeah, my MacBook Pro is the same one from last time, 2010. Yeah, yeah. No, you bought before me. Yeah, you bought before me, correct. Correct, correct. You bought before me. Yeah. Mm. Oh yeah, you cannot. Yeah, you cannot. You cannot put booster background. What OS? What OS is it on? Your old one. Wow, Sierra. Mine is Sierra before or after El Capitan? Oh, mine is El Capitan. Okay. Yeah. Ah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. 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 Right. Was it circuit broken? It's super sexy, man. Uh, this this guy baller, man. He using Sony A7S III as a webcam. You are. Yeah. No lah, actually no, actually can eh. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, then put the grading all. But sadly, the VG20 really doesn't have much resale or market value. Right, right, right. Is it still in good condition though? Yeah, 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 yeah. They're like that one. They're like that one. Mm. Yeah. But how about, have you ever considered donating the camera to like a charity or something? Yeah lah. That is it still in good condition? That's the thing. Yeah, 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 yeah. That's right. What I need, I need the new iMac. That's for sure. Uh, but then yeah, I think that might be the top priority now for the company, I guess, because like I need a workstation or two in the office. Actually, two workstations in the office, and we also want to downsize our gear. Not saying that we're selling the A camera. So the Ursa Mini is the A camera. We're not going to sell that. But we need to have a smaller setup so that we can take on a lot. We can be a lot more nimble. We can take on like smaller jobs and not have to worry about the overhead cost of moving the camera around. Either one. Kind of. I mean, I love them lah actually, but I love I love the resolution that you get from Blackmagic. You know, the 10-bit 422 colors. Oh, beautiful, man. Fucking beautiful. But I think a lot of times one thing they don't really tell you about Blackmagic cameras, and this is what I found out when I first bought the pocket, the original pocket, is that although I spent 750 on Carousel, which is really cheap uh by the standards of those the camera that day and even now, I had to buy a lot of things around the camera. For example, I needed to buy a cage. I needed to buy top handle. I needed to buy like V mount battery, plate, uh, everything around the camera lah, basically. So also I needed to buy what's that damn thing called, the meta bones, because I was using some young prime lenses which are EF mount. Yeah. So yeah, all those stuff cost more than the camera. So I actually ended up spending maybe about 3 or 4 thousand more. But then I mean in the grand scheme of things, it's still a lot cheaper lah than if I were to buy uh a camera that can shoot that kind of quality. Yeah. I yeah, but I try not to answer these kind of questions. Answering. Right. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, that's what I tell them. That's actually what I tell them. Yeah. Go and find out what's right for you. Cause what I use, it doesn't matter what. Yeah. Oh, like competency, yeah. Yeah. Like I like to tell people, like if they ask me what do I need to buy to get started, right? I'll just tell them, take out whatever you have in your pocket. Yeah. Just use your camera phone lah. Some people are vlogging with camera phone, right? You know? There's so many gadgets you can buy if you really want to. Like you can put like the those microphone mounts onto the handphone camera, or you can even buy like Bluetooth microphone or whatever, and then you can start already. You don't have you can start using your handphone camera to learn techniques. Yeah, you don't need a DSLR these days if it's learning, getting a head start. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think it's the next best thing I could get to like a Red or an RE lah, and it's a fraction of the cost. So yeah, Alexa Mini lor. Yeah, $60,000. Oh, lao eh, terrible man. Well, I like the image that comes off from the Red camera, but one thing I really don't like about it, it's the ecosystem, because you are really locked into their damn ecosystem if you use their cameras. I'm not sure if I'm not sure if it's still the case now, but you're locked into using their media, their readers, their codec, their whatever crap. So and I've worked with Red files before. Like people like I've edited files sent over from a RAID, and I tell you my iMac cannot tahan the files. And it was only like if I'm not wrong, it was like 8K files or something. Yeah, my iMac really cannot tahan. Yeah, exactly, exactly, exactly. So that's other things you have to consider when you actually think of your camera purchase. Like you know the things around the camera, for example, like the battery, the the memory, the data cards, uh, even what kind of lenses you're gonna use, whether you're gonna have a cage or your even the freaking camera bag is a problem. It's a cost, yeah, and then your storage, apart from your memory cards and all that, your storage media, yeah, yeah. So many damn things to think about. And the worst part is they're always improving on these things every year. So you know guys, when I bought the Ursa Mini, right? I don't have the Pro, by the way. When I bought the Ursa Mini, 3 months later Ursa Mini Pro came out. And you know what bothered me about the Ursa Mini? Okay, I love the image. I love the UI. The user experience is fantastic. The camera, the uh the form factor is great. It was getting me what I wanted, but don't have built-in ND filters. And also another thing that I discovered when I was learning how to shoot on the Pocket. So okay, the great thing about the Pocket, right? I think it was, although it's one of my biggest impulse buys ever, I think it's one of my best purchases ever. Also because not because of the price, but because moving from the Panasonic Micro Four Thirds system to the Blackmagic system, I realized that the Blackmagic system was very restrictive. It was very limited in terms of the amount of features that it had. So can you imagine shooting on a camera where you cannot delete the footage that you've recorded? You cannot you can only select between three different ISOs, that sort of thing. Yeah. And the battery only lasts 20 minutes. So that without the V mount, yeah. So there's so much like limitations on the camera, but I feel that and also there's this thing called IR pollution. The camera doesn't have a filter to combat IR pollution, so you have to buy a IR cut filter. So so it's so many damn things to buy, but I realized that it helped me to think, uh it reorganized the way I plan my shoots. Like I realized that okay, with a DSLR kind of camera like a Micro Four Thirds, it was mirrorless lah. A mirrorless kind of camera. I realized that I tend to fall into that mindset that you know uh just record as much as we can. We don't like the previous one, we can delete, so we can do again. You can do again. You can do again. You can do again. So when faced with a camera like the the Blackmagic Pocket or even the Ursa Mini, right? I only have that limited time to record. So I really need to plan my shots super like super well. So I realized that it took me away from the camera and help me to focus on what I wanted to achieve rather than go on to set and decide. You know? Yeah. So yeah. So it changed a lot of the way we prep and the way we execute. So I think that's a great thing. Yeah. I really forgot why I really forgot what I was talking about the Ursa Mini already. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah. 9 years. Yeah. I think it's much easier to get a better image out of the camera now than before. That's for sure. I mean, remember when we first started playing around with video cameras and all that? It was all the crappy TV cameras. Yeah, and then you need firewire cable this and that stupid shit. And then you need to go and get like the what stupid P2 card what 35 converter and all that nonsense. And then I don't know what proprietary media, what nonsense crap. So I yeah, you still need to digitize the damn footage. Yeah. So what I feel that it's a lot easier to uh it's a lot easier to shoot something good nowadays. Shoot something that looks good if you know what you're doing. So I feel that that has taken it's much easier to get an image that looks professional. Yeah. But uh it takes a lot of it changes the game because it relies more on everything else around it. Like for example, audio being important has become something that has been talked about more lately. And then a lot of people have been emphasizing more on story nowadays as a way to set themselves apart. Yeah, because honestly, any Tom, Dick, and Harry can buy a DSLR and that shoots 4K or 8K or whatever K, you know. But what sets a professional apart from the amateur? Yeah, I would say definitely, uh, definitely content wise. I think professional would. Yeah, you see, it's not much of a technical game anymore. Right now, it's more on uh I feel like it's more on how good you can market or tell your story. There's no point in having like the best cameras or the best gear or whatever nowadays. You know, just have the gear that's right for you, and then focus on your soft skills, like how you tell your story, and focus on how you light. You know, that sort of thing. Yeah, but you see the thing about this, right? It's how do you teach someone how to write a story? different schools of thought lah. Because I personally, I do like when I map out a story, I do think of the beginning, the middle, and the end. And yeah, I do find myself find myself trying to uh okay, this is very bad. Sometimes when I do the beginning, middle, end kind of thing, right, I do find myself trying to connect the dots, and I think that's not very good for storytelling because sometimes when you put yourself in the shoe of the viewer, right, you don't want the viewer to be able to guess things so easily. Someone once told me, someone who is actually quite a established filmmaker. He said structure is great, but you know what? If you want to write a great story, always write what's next. Write something first, then think of what's next. What's next? What's next? Ignore like don't set up the end first. Let your put yourself in the shoe of your character and let your character bring you there. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's fair enough. Yeah. Fair enough. That's the thing. I feel like a lot. Maybe not very good for us to say because we are not like award-winning short film producers or filmmakers are. But what I tend to see in a lot of short films, right, is that and this is actually taught in schools. I think a lot of people tend to emphasize too much on having a twist in the short film, and I think that's something that we even fall victim to previously because we think so hard on how to mind fuck the audience at the end, right? And then it ends up being super convoluted. Yeah, and it's like sometimes it's great. Sometimes it shocks you and the shock value is good, but sometimes it just doesn't just, it just doesn't land. And if it doesn't land, then bye bye, man. Yeah, yeah. Probably. Yeah. Yeah, cannot. Yeah, I haven't say what I want to buy. Okay, this is really like uh this is really like how a man sees his toys. Okay, I really want to buy this set of cine zoom lenses called the Zofilm Pictor lenses. It's like, yeah, it's beautiful. I think it has like what 12 blades or some shit like that, and the bokeh is like what the fuck, man. And and the price you can get two lenses for about 8,000 Sing dollars, and both are cine zoom lens with fixed aperture. And one Carl Zeiss fixed aperture cine zoom lens is gonna freaking set you back at least $12,000. So yeah, yeah. It's like wow. When I saw the lens came out, I was like, ah, yeah. But it's not something that I need, but it's something that's great to have because the, if I have a let's see, if I'm not wrong, the range of the lens is it's like 20 to 55 and 50 to 1 to 5. So if I have those two lenses, I think I can get a lot of coverage from them, and I might not even need my prime lenses anymore because it's like T 2.8 for both lenses. Yeah, but yeah, no lah, no lah. Need to be responsible. Yeah, but I don't. But on to be honest, I don't think the kind of work that's coming in right now can justify that kind of purchase lah. It is what it is lah. Woo! Hmm. Bye.